So today I'm going to just take a look through this calendar. This is the calendar I bought for 2019. And this is a calendar about planet Earth. And this is from BBC Earth. So this is a pretty cool picture here. You can see the mountains and all the clouds, oceans, birds, the grass, trees, and these elephants here. So this is a 16-month calendar, and when we open it up, we can see it's a 16-month calendar because it includes all of 2019 and also the last 4 months of 2018 for reference. So it includes September, October, November, and December of last year. And let's see the picture for the picture here is of the harvest mouse. A cute little tiny mouse. And it says, a female harvest mouse climbs through grass blades in a wild meadow in Norfolk, weighing less than a nickel. Harvest mice are the lightest rodent in Europe. They live almost entirely amongst the grass canopy, rarely coming to ground. So that is the first page. Now this is January. So this is January 2019. It started on a Tuesday and ends on the 31st of January on a Thursday. Holidays in this month include New Year's Day, bank holiday in Scotland, and just says holiday NZ. I'm just going to guess that's New Zealand. And the 6th is the Epiphany. And the 21st of January, we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And that day is also a full moon. And then we come over to January 26th. And January 26th is Australia Day in Australia. And that is the last holiday listed for January. Now down at the bottom here, there's a few photos This is the hyena, and this is in Harar, Ethiopia. Hyenas gather in the ancient meat market. They are here to eat the discarded bones left out by the butchers. This tradition has been going on for over 400 years. Here's a picture from New York, New York. The highest concentration of, it says the highest concentration of nesting peregrines on the planet is in New York City. By coincidence, this vastly altered landscape mimics the environment they evolved in. The skyscrapers act like cliffs, and the shores below are filled with their favorite prey, pigeons. Very interesting. And here, this is the great bowerbird, and this is in Townsville, Australia. It says this male great bowerbird is attempting to impress a potential mate by showing off his most prized object. Females are impressed by objects in colors that would be rare to find in the wild. And then the picture here is of, this is from Jodhpur, India, langurs. Life is good for young Hanuman langurs living in Jodhpur. Humans give them all the food they can eat, and this young langur's playground is in the beautiful Mandor Temple Gardens. So that's January. Alright, so here we're on to February. And February starts on Friday the 1st. And this is not a leap year, so it ends on Thursday the 28th. And let's look at the holidays for this month. In February, we have Groundhog Day on February 2nd. We've got Constitution Day in Mexico, and that's on February 4th. We have the Chinese New Year, which is on Tuesday, February 5th. And on Wednesday, February 6th, we have, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Waitangi Day. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And it's NC again, so I'm just guessing that's New Zealand, but that could be completely wrong. Waitangi. And that's on Wednesday, February 6th. And then we come down to February 14th. We have Valentine's Day. And moving over to Monday, February 18th, which is President's Day. And then our full moon in February is on Tuesday the 19th. And on Sunday, February 24th celebrates Flag Day in Mexico. And then a couple of little animals down here. This here is the chin strap penguins. Okay, and I know I'm going to pronounce a lot of these words and places wrong, so I'm sorry. Let's see, it says Zavedovsky Island, South Sandwich Islands in Antarctica. It says in January, the island is covered with penguin chicks. Each couple lays 2 eggs in nests made of small stones or even bones to aid drainage. And over here we have the Komodo Dragon, Komodo and Rinca, Indonesia. There is one thing a Komodo dragon will fight over more than food, and that is a mate. Female dragons only come into season once a year, and only the largest, most successful male will win the right to mate. And down here we have the marine iguanas from Fernandina Island, Galapagos. Hatchlings, just a few minutes old, huddle together on a rock near the shore where they will spend their lives. Their early moments are perilous as they avoid predators like Galapagos racer snakes that are eager for a meal. And then the picture. This cute little picture here. These 2 little sloths. This is the Pygmy Sloth. This is Escudo de Veraguas, Panama. A mother pygmy 3-toed sloth cradles her baby in her arms. It is around 6 months old and will stay with her a further 6 months before it leaves her. How cute. Okay. Now we're into March. Now March starts on Friday the 1st and runs to the 31st on Sunday. And the holidays celebrated in March are on Wednesday, March 6th, that is Ash Wednesday. And then on Sunday, March 10th, that is when Daylight Savings Time begins. And on Monday, March 11th, that is the Eastern Orthodox Lent begins. It's also Commonwealth Day in the UK and Canberra Day in Australia. And then we have St. Patrick's Day, and that is on Sunday, March 17th. And then we have Benito Juarez's birthday, and that's observed in Mexico on Monday, March 18th. We also have Purim or Purim begins at sundown, and this is the day that spring begins, and it's also a full moon. That's Wednesday, March 20th. And lastly, here on Sunday, March 31st, that is Mothering Day in the UK. And now the pictures. The pictures here, let's see, this is the sand grouse, and this is in Namibrand, Namibia. It says these birds may fly up to 60 miles just to reach the watering hole nearest to their nesting site. Once they arrive, they drink their fill and soak up water in specially adapted breast feathers to take back to their chicks. And here, this is a locust swarm in southwest Madagascar. Though locusts are normally solitary, the team filmed a swarm of several billion. A swarm of this size may only be seen once a decade and is one of the largest ever caught on film. And over here is a darkling beetle, the Namib Desert in Namibia. On foggy mornings, the darkling beetle of the Namib Desert climbs to the top of the dunes to collect water from the mist that blows in from the sea. And the picture up top here. This is a snow leopard, and this is in the Himalayas in Ladakh, India. There may be as few as 3,500 snow leopards left in the wild. They are famously elusive and difficult to film and have become increasingly threatened by climate change and human disturbance. Oh, so pretty. And now we're on to April. And April starts on Monday the 1st and ends on Tuesday the 30th. And our first day in April is April Fool's Day. I have to think of a good trick to play on somebody that day. And then coming down to Sunday the 14th, that is Palm Sunday. And then on Friday, April 19th, that is Good Friday. And Passover begins at sundown, and it's also a full moon. And then Easter will be celebrated on Sunday, April 21st. And then Monday, April 22nd, is Earth Day. And it's also Easter Monday in Canada, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. If that's what NZ is. And then here on Wednesday, April 24th, will be celebrated Administrative Professionals Day. And Thursday, April 25th, will be, what is that? Anzac Day in Australia and New Zealand. And then we have here on Sunday, April 28th, is Eastern Orthodox Easter. So now the picture is down here. This is the Grassland Flowers. In the right conditions, grasses can grow all the way from first shoots to flowers in only a matter of days. For tiny creatures, they become the equivalent of fruiting trees in a miniature jungle. And this here is the giant anteater, and this is in Cerrado Plains, Brazil. The anteater has a 2-foot-long tongue covered in microscopic hooks, enabling it to devour up to 30,000 insects a day. It uses powerful claws, longer than a velociraptor's, to tear open a mound. And then here is the Arctic wolf, and this is in the Barren Lands, Canada. A snow-white Arctic wolf hunts for caribou on the Canadian tundra. The caribou migration passes through the wolves' territory for only a few weeks a year, so the wolves have little time to target the weak or slow in order to feed their pups. And up here, this pretty picture. These are Carmine Bee-Eaters, and this is in Savut, Botswana. A pair of Carmine Bee-Eaters migrating through Botswana in search of insect prey. They rely on larger animals, such as ostrich and elephants, to flush insects out of the long grass. They will bob and weave around a bull elephant's legs, performing aerial acrobatics to catch insects on the wing. So now we move on to May. And May starts on Wednesday the 1st and ends on Friday the 31st. Now May 1st is May Day, and it's also Labor Day in Mexico. Thursday, May 2nd is National Day of Prayer, and it's also Holocaust Remembrance Day. Sunday, May 5th is the first of Ramadan, begins at sundown, and it's also the Battle of Puebla Day in Mexico. It's Cinco de Mayo. Now on Monday, May 6th is early May Bank holiday in the UK. And on Friday, May 10th, is celebrated Mother's Day in Mexico. Dia de las Madres. And then on Sunday is Mother's Day here in the United States, May 12th. And then on Saturday, May 18th is Armed Forces Day, and it's also a full moon. And then we come down to Victoria Day in Canada on Monday, May 20th. And then down to Monday, May 27th is Memorial Day, and it's also Spring Bank holiday in the UK. And our pictures down here. We have the grizzly bear, and this is in Alberta, Canada. Grizzly bears stay in touch with other bears by leaving their scent on particular rubbing trees. To spread their message, They really have to put their back into it. And then here we have birds of paradise. And this is in West Papua, Indonesia. Male red birds of paradise displaying in the trees of West Papua. And then we have some hummingbirds, and this is in an Ecuadorian rainforest. Sword bills are the only bird with a beak longer than their body, allowing them to feed from flowers that are too long for many other birds. And here is an Indri, and this is in Andasibe, Madagascar. Indri are the largest of all Madagascar lemurs. They are specialized to live in rainforests and acrobatically leap through the canopy as they forage for leaves, seeds, fruits, and flowers. Stabilized camera systems helped in capturing footage of the graceful Indri as it leaped through the trees, sometimes as far as 33 feet in a single leap. And here we're into June. Okay, so this is June, which begins on Saturday the 1st and ends on Sunday the 30th. Now in June we have on June 4th, I don't know how to say this, it's spelled E-I-D, Al-Fit, I don't know how to pronounce this, E-I-D, and then Al, A-L, and spelled F-I-T-R, begins at sundown. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. And then June 6th on Thursday is D-Day. And then Friday, June 14th, celebrates Flag Day. And then on Sunday, June 16th, that's Father's Day. And Monday, June 17th, we have a full moon. And then here, on Friday, June 21st, is the first day of summer. And then down here on Monday, June 24th, we have Saint Jean-Baptiste Day in Quebec. And our pictures down here, these are called cabbage groundsels. Like snuggling beneath a duvet, cabbage groundsels protect themselves from the freezing temperature of night by holding up their leaves. And then we have mountain vizcachas, and this is in the Andes in South America. High in the Andes, mountain vizcachas bask in the warming rays of the early morning sun. And over here we have Nubian, it's either ibex or ibex in Israel. Nubian ibex live in some of the most inaccessible mountain habitats, like the desert mountains of the Arabian Peninsula, up to altitudes of 8,500 feet. And then up here, these are Andean flamingos in San Pedro de Atacama in Chile. The Andes is the only place in the world where you can see 3 species of flamingo together, the Andean, Chilean, and James being the rarest flamingo species in the world. Their lakes are so high that the water often freezes, trapping the flamingos in the ice. So in some lakes, the birds aggregate near volcanic hot springs to keep warm. And now we're into July. And on Monday, July 1st, is Canada Day in Canada. And then on July 4th, we have Independence Day. And then on July 16th, Tuesday, is our full moon. Now, our pictures down here, we have turtle hatchlings in Barbados. Turtle hatchlings, disoriented by the city lights, make their way into beachside towns and continue in vain to look for the sea. Exhausted by the effort of moving such large distances on land, most don't survive their first night. And here are starlings in Rome, Italy. As the sun sets in Rome, 5 million starlings perform a spectacular aerial dance. These murmurations are seen because, by sticking together, the starlings are less likely to be predated by raptors. And here is a leopard in Mumbai, India. Mumbai is home to the highest concentration of leopards anywhere in the world. They capitalize on hunting the animals that man brings into the city. And our picture at the top is Masakes in Jaipur, India. These highly social monkeys have spent generations developing a strategy in the city, organizing into gangs. With a huge population residing in the city, these mischievous monkeys make daily raids on local fruit and vegetable stalls in the city. Okay, now we're into August. And in August we celebrate Civic Holiday in Canada on Monday, August 5th. And then we have that one again that I can't pronounce. The Eid al-Adha this time begins at sundown. And that's on Sunday, August 11th. And then on Thursday, August 15th, we have a full moon. And then here on Monday, August 26th, we have Summer Bank Holiday in UK. And on Saturday, August 31st, we have the first of Muharram begins at sundown. So down here we have a picture of crabs in Christmas Island, Australia. Estimates of 40 to 50 million red crabs live on the island, and every year they undertake a migration to the sea to breed. The march of the red crabs covers the whole island and is one of the greatest natural spectacles on earth. And over here we have racer snakes in the Galapagos Islands. Racer snakes peer from their hiding places in the rocks, watching for emerging marine iguana hatchlings that would make for an easy meal. And over here, we have some yellow crazy ants. That's cool. These are in Christmas Island, Australia. Arriving on ships from their native Africa, they have established themselves on Christmas Island and are devastating the native community of red crabs. And then the picture up top here, these are the marine iguanas in Fernandina, Galapagos. Working from a small yacht to access this uninhabited remote island location, the team arrived on Fernandina and witnessed a hatchling sprint across the beach, followed by what seemed a Medusa's head of snakes pour from the rock. And then we're into September. And in September, we celebrate Labor Day on Monday, September 2nd. And we have Grandparents' Day, and that's on Sunday, September 8th. And then on Monday, September 9th, we have Ashura. Ashura begins at sundown. And on Wednesday, September 11th, is Patriot Day. And then on Saturday, September 14th is a full moon. And on September 16th, Monday, is Independence Day in Mexico. And then here on Saturday, September 21st, is Peace Day. And then Monday, September 23rd, autumn begins. And Sunday, September 29th, Rosh Hashanah begins at sundown. And our pictures below, we have some chameleons. And this is in the Namib Desert in Namibia. These chameleons never drink. Instead, they collect all the water they need from the animals they prey upon. They know to wait on the dunes to catch the darkling beetles that have been collecting water. Then we have some golden moles. And this is also in the Namib Desert in Namibia. Golden moles are rarely seen, both because they are nocturnal and also because they spend much of their time buried beneath the sand. Yet on occasion they come to the surface to hunt on the dune surface. And over here we have the Butcherbird, and that is in Nevada, USA. The Butcherbird is a member of the shrike family. Its habitat of storing the prey it catches on a plant, spikes, helps it endure through hard times in the American desert. Oh, wow. And then our picture up here is Saiga antelope in Kazakhstan. A male Saiga antelope on the vast Eurasian steppe of Kazakhstan. Their bizarre-looking nose works as an air conditioner, cooling the air before it hits their lungs in summer, warming it in winter. And so here we're into October. And October starts on Tuesday the 1st and ends on Thursday, October 31st. And our holidays in this month, on Monday, October 7th, is Labor Day in Australia. And I'm not sure what these are. ACT, NSW, and SA. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is for. So we have here on Tuesday, October 8th, Yom Kippur begins at sundown. And then on Saturday, October 12th, day of the race in Mexico. On Sunday, October 13th, is the full moon. Monday, October 14th is Columbus Day, and it is Thanksgiving in Canada. And then Wednesday, October 16th, is National Bosses Day. Coming down to Thursday, October 24th, is United Nations Day. And then on Monday, October 28th, is Labor Day in New Zealand. And October 31st is Halloween, and that is on a Thursday. And now our pictures down at the bottom here. These are Mustang stallions. In the deserts of western USA, during the hot, dry summer, two Mustang stallions fight it out over access to one of the remaining precious watering holes. These wild horses roam freely over much of the southwest United States. And these here are grass cutter ants. Grass cutter ants on the pampas grassland of Argentina harvest more grass than all other local herbivores combined. They can't digest the grass, but instead ferment the blades in their own unique underground fungal farm. And then these here. Lions and buffalo in Botswana. A pride of lions have learned to hunt in the flooded swamps of the Okavango Delta in Botswana, but they have met their match in an adult male buffalo who weighs more than all the lions combined. And then our picture here is a serval cat in Karoo, South Africa. The crew had a remarkable opportunity to follow a highly habituated serval cat. It meant they could, for the first time ever, use a Steadicam to get up close and film a wild serval cat hunting and get intimate footage as she rediscovered her hunting skills. Servals have, relative to body size, the longest legs and largest ears of any cat in the world. They can leap over 9 feet through the air. Now we're into November. In November, starts on Friday the 1st and ends on Saturday the 30th. Lots of different holidays this month. On Friday, November 1st, we have All Saints' Day. And then Saturday the 2nd is All Souls' Day. And Sunday, November 3rd, is Daylight Saving Time ends. And then Tuesday, November 5th, we have Election Day. On Sunday, November 10th, Remembrance Sunday in the UK. Monday, November 11th is Veterans Day and Remembrance Day in Canada and the UK. Tuesday, November 12th is a full moon. And then, coming down to Monday, November 18th is Revolution Day in Mexico. And then, Thursday, November 28th is Thanksgiving. And now, our pictures down here. This is jaguar. Female jaguar watching for prey on the banks of a river in Brazil. For their size, jaguars have the most powerful bite of any cat and are powerful enough to kill a caiman, a relative of the crocodile, that can reach up to 10 feet in length. And over here, bioluminescent fungi. And this is Coconut Forest, Brazil. A click beetle is attracted to the glow of the fungi in Brazil during the night. New low-light cameras helped the team to film the amazing glowing fungi of Brazil for the first time. And then over here, glass frog, Sequoias, Costa Rica. Male glass frogs are only the size of a fingernail, but they are one of the toughest animals on Earth. The male guards his eggs for 2 weeks on the underside of the leaves, and when attacked by wasps, he puts himself in danger and karate kicks the wasps away. It's cute. And then our picture up top here. This is a spider monkey in Flores, Guatemala. Young spider monkey feeding on fresh leaves in Guatemala. 90% of animals in jungles spend their whole lives up in trees, where agility is key to success. Spider monkeys are shaped for life in the treetops, with long limbs and a prehensile tail to grip-like hands. The young have learned to walk 50 feet up in a tree. Okay. And then we have our final month. This is December. Now December starts on Sunday the 1st and it ends on Tuesday, December 31st. So our holidays: on Saturday, December 7th is Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. And then on Thursday, December 12th, we have Virgin of Guadalupe in Mexico, and this is also a full moon. And then coming over to December 21st is the first day of winter. Sunday, December 22nd, Hanukkah begins at sundown. And then on Wednesday, December 25th, is Christmas. Thursday, December 26th, Kwanzaa begins. And this is also Boxing Day in Canada, UK, Australia, and New Zealand. And finally, on Tuesday, December 31st, we have New Year's Eve. And our pictures at the bottom. Fighting oryx or oryx in Namibia, South Africa. Sand grouse take to the wing to get out of the way of these fighting oryx, or gemsbok at a watering hole in Namibia's Namib Rand Nature Reserve. And this is a bobcat, and this is in Yellowstone National Park, USA. The Planet Earth 2 crew were able to get closer to hunting bobcats than anyone ever before. They are one of America's most numerous wildcat, with a population of around 1 million. And down here, this is an indri again, and this is Undeceive, Madagascar. An indri, a type of lemur, looks on at her forest in Madagascar. And the last picture here is a golden eagle in the French Alps. Golden eagles are one of the few birds tough enough to survive the mountain winter. Despite being a top predator, to stay alive during the mountain winter, they are forced to scavenge from victims of the cold.